let's take a look at what's making the front pages today. As usual, we begin with our sister publication, and I'll just change it up a bit today and start from the very top of the front page. In honor by broadcasting peers, Arise News Channel wins TV Station of the Year. This happened last night in Lagos. Excuse me. From the Nigeria Broadcasting Awards, Arise also clinched Best Television Station News English Language, and our reporter Ovietimi George picked up Reporter of the Year. We also had other nominees, Adefemi Akinsanya and Oni Sunday. Big win for the whole Arise crew and our chairman Nduka Obaibena. Now to other stories. Just below that, in the black strip, U.S. Secretary of State calls President-elect Tinubu, tasks him on inclusive leadership, and in the statement it says they also spoke about strengthening the U.S.-Nigeria relationship. There's obviously been reactions to that. PDP's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar expressed his disbelief and called that call contradictory to the U.S., who just the other day imposed visa bans on people involved in election violence or manipulation. Just below the nameplate of this day this morning, Blinken, attack on U.S. convoy in Anambra may not have been pre-targeted at our mission. Some riders there, Buhari saddened by killings of U.S. Embassy staff and policemen in Anambra and other killings in Benue and Plateau State, says perpetrators will face the music. Federal government Soludo, Hurewa condemn attack on United States consulate officials. Meanwhile, Anambra governor pledges reward for information. Now, the big headline on the front page of this day this morning. NESG says a Dangote refinery will create $21 billion market for Nigerian crude oil. That refinery's commission is up on Monday, May 22nd.
Let's see the front page of the Punch this morning. Yes. Well, it's leading with PDP and Labour Party kicking as the U.S. Secretary of State calls President-elect Bola Tinubu. U.S. promises continued comprehensive security, economic cooperation. Atiku, LP, berates Blinken, say phone call demoralizing, worrisome. Those are the writers to that big, bold story on the front page of the Punch. The leading picture this morning is that of what it calls the confusion as Labour Party factions clash at the Presidential Elections Petition Tribunal yesterday. The top of the masthead this morning, I regret back in Tambuwal to become Speaker, says Beja Biamila. 7 banks fined 1 billion naira for forex offences. Matawale is urging the EFCC, Nigeria's anti-graft agency, to probe presidency officials and ministers. He says, don't focus on governors alone. I wonder why. If these and many more, you can pick up a copy of the Punch this morning.
Let's, excuse me, let's look at the Sun, Daily Sun, excuse me, who leads with the same story. Blinken U.S. Secretary of State speaks with Tinubu, hops on stronger U.S.-Nigeria ties. Atiku expresses disbelief, says call contradicts previous stand on 2023 elections. And there you see, one doesn't really know who is the chairman of LP. Presidential election, Obi tells tribunal how INEC denied him access to materials in Rivers, Sokoto, and others. He had some riders. He's not willing to pay for exhibits, certification. This is coming from the commission. Why Atiku PDP's requests for live coverage should be refused. Tinubu Shetima. Pandemonium as LP factions clash in court. Those are the pictures you're seeing there. And don't create rift between Labour, President-elect, TUC's warning on Onanuga. Okay, and some more stories. Anxiety spikes as Nigeria's foreign investments deep by $75 billion. You read this story about Zamfara earlier, so we'll move on to the next. Anambra attack will bring perpetrators to justice. U.S. Buhari fumes. Skeletal services in hospitals as doctors begin warning strike. An APC stakeholders forum commends the Sun on objective, unbiased editorial content. Delta communities threaten to shut all installations over abandoned NDDC road project.
The Guardian Nigeria this morning, its leading headline: battle in states as 18 ministers lobby the president-elect Tinubu to retain portfolio. The Guardian is reporting that not less than 18 of the ministers have been sending people to France, to London, to mount some pressure on the president-elect to keep their portfolio with them. They're preaching continuity of government, but Nigerians are really looking for more fresh blood, more new faces to stimulate some changes in the government. And you know, the president-elect has already said, look, the people around me, I'm picking them based on their competency, based on their expertise. Now, more stories on the front page of The Guardian this morning. Doctors strike grounds activities at the National Hospital. Visits to the National Hospital, The Guardian reports that it was just so quiet. There were patients in the hospital and no one to attend to them. Just a sad sight to see. Atiku in disbelief as U.S. Secretary calls Tinubu pledges support for incoming government. More headlines at the presidential election tribunal. INEC, Obi resume hostility. INEC and Obi resume, and then also hostilities at tribunal as Labour Party leaders fight over chairmanship tussle. And just at the red strip there, telcos give banks ultimatum on USSD debt as the presidency steps in.
The Tribune is putting a time to the call duration between Secretary Blinken and Nigeria's president-elect Bola Tinubu. It says it lasted 20 minutes. And of course, that's a recurring story on the front page of the national dailies this morning. Let's look at some other stories here. Sunday Mbang, a former Methodist prelate, dies at 86. 25,380 Nigeria's primary health care centers lack required skilled birth attendants. That's what the Tribune is reporting. They are quoting the Nigerian Primary Health Care Development Agency. Plateau killings, death toll hits 85, beg your pardon, as 57 victims get mass burial. Above the masthead this morning, FEC OK's $4.7 billion port development in Ondo, Lagos, Delta. A lot of recurring stories again on the front page this morning.
All right, let's move over to the foreign papers and see what they're saying. We're starting with The Guardian, the International Guardian. It says, PM accused, that's Rishi Sunak, accused of being out of touch over cost of living. There you see the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They were at an award ceremony on Tuesday, and you have that story there. Harry and Meghan in near catastrophic car chase with paparazzi.
All right, The Independent is leading with that story. Harry and Meghan in near catastrophe. 2-hour car chase. The couple claim they were pursued through New York by highly aggressive paparazzi. However, the police have said that journey had been challenging, but there were no reported collisions, injuries, or arrests. However, this is sort of a chilling echo of the 1997 Paris chase that killed Harry's mother, Diana, the Princess of Wales.
Well, the Eye has a picture of Harry and Meghan leaving an event moments before the chase began. It's understood. And the driver, the taxi driver, says Harry and Meghan seemed quiet and scared. on way to police station as NYPD confirms 2-hour journey was challenging, but there were no collisions or arrests.
Well, Brexit is still making news. In Financial Times, let's see what the front page is saying. So German carmakers press for delay in Brexit rules on tariff-free access to UK.
All right, that's all we have from the papers today. Get the latest on our website at arise.tv. It's all from us here on Daybreak, and up next, it's the morning show. It's a full day ahead, and every moment matters. I'm Nkechi Nana.
Thank you so much for watching. I am Adesua Omoram. Couldn't have done it without you.
And I am ND Amogo, thanking you for watching. Goodbye.